Hey, how's everybody doing? It's Desi here. Hey, just gonna do a quick video. Man, was at work all day today, and it's a Monday, so everyone's in there just really hating life. And, I was just thinking, man, a lot of these people don't realize that your internal state really creates your outer existence. So by just, saying you hate your life and, saying like, what my problem is, and, just going all over all these like negative mindsets really does influence what happens in your world. You're manifesting all this shit because, you're internalizing it all. So really just wanted to say, we really just got to watch what we're doing. They said spelling is casting a spell on your life. I wrote some stuff down here because man, I was just like thinking about all this, and obviously I don't go and poke at people at work too much because I'm not here to stir things up and cause problems and pick fights with people. People are going to be people, and they're going to do their own thing, and they're going to grow their own way. But if you're on this channel, then you're probably feeling the vibe, and you want to help uplift others. And by doing that is by doing the internal work yourself, and just really being careful what you're putting through there, what you're putting through your mind, what you're expressing out into the world. It really does make a difference on just not the way that how you feel, but the way that you view life. And every day that you're staying positive, you're going to start creating more positive days, and in your world, and it's going to flow into weeks and months. And same with negative thoughts. And man, I just hear some of these people just really down and out and negative, and they just don't know how to get out of these states, and it's just an everyday thing with them. And some people just like to complain, but I see a lot of them having health problems and stuff like that. And we really just, it could be so much easier. And it's a shame because I don't think a lot of this stuff was ever been taught to any of us growing up. We just get stuck with the people we get stuck with. And most people have never heard about manifesting or creating positive changes in this world, or by what you think and how you act and all this stuff. So it's just a old-fashioned mindset, to probably control the population, keep us all down and out, and not rising up against the few that actually do have monies. But we definitely definitely need to be a little bit better on how what we're putting out into the universe, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I really do feel for these people sometimes, but then you realize it's not our job to fix everyone. We're here to fix ourselves. And if they want to take notice and ask questions about that, then I'm more than willing to give my advice. But I notice a lot of times when you try to help someone that don't ask for advice, they really don't want to hear it. People get stuck in their ways, and they're like, what the fuck do you know, type of mentality. So it's just easier just to stay away from all that. But seriously, the universe operates on frequencies, kind of like a radio does. And so we're just trying to get onto the right frequencies of abundance, of wealth, just happiness in general. And just starting to create better habits. It's like, if you're carrying a heavy bag full of like broken tools and, stuff that you don't need, it's learning how to, put this heavy bag down and walk forward with some new tools, in your toolbox that's going to help you in a way and help you move more freely than walking around with something that's just bringing you down constantly. So we definitely, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I guess holding on to the old only creates resistance and creates the same patterns that we've lived in, throughout our life and stuff. But to to drop that stuff, you really do create new opportunities, and you start really kind of living in faith more than negative mindsets. So I guess that's the same way with fears. Fears keep you tethered to the past, to where letting go, helps you uh, embrace new processes and brings new growth onto your path. And like I said, that all requires a little bit of faith, and believing that, things can be better, and just really trying to put in the work. Like if if you notice yourself being negative and thinking things ain't gonna work out, then they're not going to, because that's what you're putting into the universe, and it's gonna give that to you. But if you realize what you're saying, then you just counteract it and be like, you know what, things always work out for me. The universe always makes sure that I live a blessed life. Just find some quotes or sayings that work for you. Just counteract it in a positive way, and it really does change the way your days start to roll around. And I noticed that a lot with myself. I wasn't always living from a positive aspect, but now that I do, and now that I catch myself on a regular basis, because it's a never-ending work. Even though I've been doing it for a while now, at least I don't know, a long time, but well, for a while I've been trying to use positive affirmations, but I don't know. Everyone always asks why I'm so happy, and I tell them, it's not it's not a journey. Happiness is not a journey. It's not a destination to where you're gonna like get this goal or get this dream job or the wife or the house, and then all of a sudden you're gonna be happy. Because people look at it like happiness is a destination. If I get this, if I achieve this, I'm gonna be happy. And then they get it and they're not. Well, it's because happiness is a state of being. So it's a state of mind, just like most everything is. So you just learn to put yourself in that state of mind, and then you really cultivate true happiness, because you're living from that state. It's not it's not a destination. So I think a lot of people get that wrong, and they're like, oh, I'm going to be happy when I get this new car, and it's like, no, be happy now. Just don't worry about that, and just be happy now. And then when you get it, you could be happy then too. But let's just start from here. Start from go. So let me see. I had some stuff written down, but I don't think I'm going to go over any of this today. It's talking about visions and creating value over time and stuff like that. But I think I'm going to probably write some more stuff down on this, and maybe make this a whole video by itself. But really just wanted to get on here and talk about, just really focusing on what we are putting out into the universe. And remember that happiness is a state of being, and it's not a destination. And let's just try to make this world a better place together. And I believe in y'all, and it's not always easy. Like I said, I still go through it. But just notice when you are getting into those negative frames of mind, just know that you can choose something different in that moment. You could choose to stay there in that negative concept and belief, or you can choose to be happy and change it and put a positive spin on it. So that's all I wanted to say. Hope you all have a blessed day. I love y'all, and till next time.